This is the Paddletail Spino by the mod creator MurtBurt, and in this video I'll show you how to tame one and all of its abilities. This Spino is a real beast and a fresh addition to the game. The Paddletail Spino is a hyper-aggressive creature that you definitely don't want to go near if you're not going to tame or kill it. It has plenty of different attacks and unique abilities, and it actually might be the first big carnivore I have ever seen that can carry smaller creatures around. It's also a portable air conditioner, as it can regulate the heat in its proximity. In order to tame this Spino, I recommend that you have a ghillie armor at your disposal. I also recommend that you have a flyer to use. When you find a Paddletail Spino that you want to tame, do yourself a favor and clear the surrounding area of any other wild creatures, or the Spino will attack them and lose taming effectiveness if it gets injured. The Paddletail Spino is a passive tame, and you will have to wait until the Spino is out in the water to be able to initiate the taming. Make sure there are fish in the water where the Paddletail Spino is standing. Without fish nearby, it won't adopt its fishing stance, which is crucial for the taming process. You know it's in the fishing stance when it lowers its neck to focus on the fish. At that point you're ready to begin taming. They are strictly pescatarians, meaning they only eat fish, though they'll also eat exceptional kibble, which is what we're going to use. Now carefully approach the Paddletail Spino while it's in its fishing stance and drop a kibble as close to its head as possible. Then wait for it to eat. When the Spino eats the kibble, it seems to also consume the fish it has been eyeing. Be cautious and don't get too close, as it can kill you very quickly if it sees you. If it's too deep in the water, you can use a bird to hover above it. Once it's in its fishing stance, drop the kibble as close to its head as possible and wait for it to eat. Remember, the taming food must be thrown directly from your character's inventory for it to count as taming food. The Paddletail Spino can also be made a knockout tame, but in order to do this you must alter the INI files of the game. I know that many of you like me enjoy a good old knockout tame, so I'll leave the link to the mod page down below if you want to know how to change it. Please also like and subscribe if you enjoy my content, it really helps the channel out. The Paddletail Spino has a saddle with room for a passenger, so you can bring a friend if you want to. It's unlockable at level 71, and it can also be found in red supply drops or in any red underwater cave loot crate. Left mouse button is a regular bite attack. Look to the right or left to do a directional bite. Right mouse button is an effective claw swing. This attack is armor piercing and adds a bleed to your target if it survives. It's also a spin attack in the water. Press spacebar to do a powerful tail swipe, which also has a knockback effect on your targets. Press C to carry any dino below 200 drag weight. When carrying, press and hold the right mouse button to do a very powerful armor-piercing gore attack. If your target lives, it will also add a bleed debuff to it. Press X to activate the thermoregulation buff that makes the temperature a lot more comfortable. I do think that this drains a lot of food, so keep that in mind. And finally, press the control key to use the Paddletail's mighty roar. The Paddletail Spino can also get a hydro buff by standing in the water. Similar to the vanilla Spino, it increases movement speed and damage to a maximum of 130%. The hydro buff is visible just above your hotbar, along with the fish symbol. When you kill fish with the Paddletail Spino, the fish meter above your hotbar will fill up. While active, this significantly boosts the Spino's health and stamina regeneration. There is also the water-bordered buff, which rapidly drains oxygen of any creature or player without a scuba tank. Your targets will only be affected by the debuff if they are submerged. I wasn't able to find out how you apply the water-bordered buff, so you tell me. The Paddletail Spino is a real powerful creature and a really fun addition to the game, so I recommend that you try it out. That's it for this video. Stay safe out there, survivors, and go tame yourself a Paddletail Spino.